Hello, this is Pupunup, and this is my review of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Now, Rogue One it takes place in between episodes 3 and 4. So it tells the story of how the rebellion got the plans, the blueprints basically of the Death Star, which then they use in episode 4 in that very memorable trench scene that destroyed the Death Star. Spoilers, I guess, for a 35-year-old movie. Yeah, Rogue One. I watched that. It's a thing. Um, let's start with the pros. There are actually quite a few things I liked about it. One was when I went in Rogue One, I wanted it to be a very rustic grind, like a realistic. I know it sounds weird. It's a Star Wars movie, but more of a realistic take. So they did have that feeling, like a very gritty, grounded, rustic feeling to it. It's less Star Warsy compared to the other Star Wars movie, which I prefer. I wanted that because it's a bunch of it's a ragtag team, and it's a rebellion that is going up against this really big powerhouse, and it was able to show or make us feel the hopelessness at times, and it also was able to show the sense of scale. So like the walkers, the AT-ATs and stuff like that, it felt really huge and was just overpowering. So I like that. I wanted it to be like a war movie almost, and it kinda did that. The villain, Director Krennic, was probably my favorite character. He was over the top. He was basically a Star Wars villain. I really liked him. He was the only character I liked, and the ship to ship battles, the dogfight battles, the effects during the last battle scene especially was really good, and it gave a very like if the camera was very close to the action was also another point that I liked, and the ending was also really good. Somebody made a cameo during the ending. I'm not gonna spoil it. It was a pretty cool scene. It was pretty badass, and the ending after they got the blueprint. Spoiler, if you didn't know, that was also really good. But overall, the movie was disappointing. I did not like any of the characters at all. Maybe not like. I think that's the wrong word. It's more of I wanted to know more about the characters, especially not the main two characters, but I wanted to know more about the two Asian kung fu, one Donnie Yen's character, the kung fu guy, and the guy that holds that big ass machine gun blaster looking thing. I wanted to know more about them. I wanted to know more about the pilot. I wanted to know more about how they got the droid K2SO, I believe is the name. I wanted to know more about it, but there wasn't enough time. So none of the characters was fleshed out. None of them was given a backstory almost. I don't think, yeah, none of them had a backstory. The only ones that had a backstory was the main character Jin and a little bit of the main actor, just a bit of him. And it was done like in like a 5-second exposition. So the characters were really one dimensional, and K2SO was the jokester of the group. We all need that, I guess. They it's like they looked at all the characters and they chose one of them to be the jokester, and it's like it just felt forced. It didn't feel like a proper crew. I wanted to know more about the crew. I wanted to see them go and do stuff together and shit, but it felt like I don't know. It's just very rushed, especially in the first 30 minutes of the movie. It just felt so rushed. The pacing was all over the place, and I think they went through like 5 different locations within the first 20 minutes or something. It was just really bad, and I did not like that at all. The other things that I don't like about it is the references to the other movies. I really wanted Rogue One to be obviously part of the universe. It is it's after 3 before 4. I understand that, but I wanted it to be as standalone as possible. I really wanted to focus on the crew. Vader makes an appearance. The general, I can't remember his name right now, which is a CG character because the actor Peter Cushing died like 22 years ago. So that was the CG characters was really weird because it was pretty clear that they were CG, and it was just really. I did not think it would get that much screen time, but it got more than I thought. Did not like that at all. Just felt weird using CG for dead actors. I don't know. What was I saying? References to other movies and like other characters. I really wanted the movie to focus all on the crew of Rogue One, but it just I don't know. It did not do that, and I felt like it leaned a bit too much on the other movies and the references and the other characters. Characters were bland, one-dimensional, not fleshed out, like I said just now, and the relationships, like the character relationships, there was not much time to build anything. Not talking love interest or anything, just like the crew, there was like not much time to build a relationship with the characters, not just with the viewers but among themselves as well. So when they sacrificed themselves for each other, it just felt kind of weird, and sometimes the character motivations were not clear, and the character motivations kind of like flipped the switch kind of too fast, I felt, and like their goal was so sometimes not clear. Like they want to get the blueprints and all that, but it's just, I don't know, I just felt the story and the pace was all over the place. I did not like that at all. Didn't care about the characters at all. Rushed, the pacing was shit. The characters were not able to carry the story, and yeah, the only parts that I really liked about it was the feeling of the rustic, dirty, grounded feel to it. Director Krennic was good, and the ending was actually pretty good, and of course the ship-to-ship battles. But overall, I'm disappointed. Doesn't matter because it's Star Wars and it's gonna sell, but I wasn't going in hoping to see like some huge major entry in the Star Wars universe or anything. But I actually enjoyed number 7 more than this because we had more time with the characters. They gave more time to the characters. Maybe it's because there was like only like 3 main ones that they introduced, and this one there's like 6 that they had to split screen time with. But I'm just disappointed. I really wanted to get to know this ragtag Rogue One crew that's going up against all these freaking walkers and freaking Sith fuckers and shit. But it's like, I don't know. I didn't understand the point of the movie is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Yeah, Rogue One. You're gonna watch it, I know. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and listening to this review. And thank you very much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.